For the first time in centuries, researchers have uncovered what's believed to be Jesus' tomb. The historian Yu said he did it to cover the tomb where Jesus was buried of marble. On the top of what's believed to be Jesus' tomb has just been removed, and archaeologists are now analyzing what's underneath it. After centuries of searching across various locations, scientists have finally uncovered evidence pinpointing the location of Jesus' burial site. Within the tomb, they unearthed invaluable knowledge that may answer some of history's most enduring mysteries. Where is this tomb located and what chilling secrets lie hidden within? Did they find Jesus' remains? Join us as we unveil the contents of Jesus' tomb and the profound impact this discovery could have on our beliefs. Recently, researchers made a groundbreaking discovery at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in the heart of Jerusalem. For years, this church has been a pilgrimage site for Christians worldwide, drawn to its revered significance. According to the stories in the New Testament, Jesus was crucified at Golgotha, often called the place of the skull. This spot, believed to be an old stone quarry outside the city walls, has a deep significance in Christian history. Around a decade after Jesus' death, a new wall was constructed enclosing the area where Jesus was crucified and buried within the city limits of Jerusalem. This explains why the Church of the Holy Sepulchre stands within the Old City today. Emperor Constantine I, who embraced Christianity, ordered the demolition of a temple dedicated to Venus in Jerusalem to make room for a church. During the demolition, workers uncovered a tomb believed to be that of Jesus. Pilgrims visiting the Church of the Holy Sepulchre would first ascend a staircase from the main street of Jerusalem, the Cardo. They then passed through various sections including an orx, a basilica, and a sacred garden where the rock of Golgotha stood before reaching the Holy Sepulchre itself. Initially, the tomb carved into the rock was exposed to the elements, but later a small building was constructed to protect it. The entire complex was richly adorned, as described by Eusebius of Caesarea, a biographer of Constantine, as well as depicted in early 5th century artwork in Rome and on the Madaba mosaic map from the 6th century. Excavations in modern times have also shed light on its rich decorations. In the year 326, Constantine's mother, Saint Helena, embarked on a journey to Jerusalem, and legend has it that during her pilgrimage, she stumbled upon what was believed to be the cross upon which Jesus was crucified, often referred to as the True Cross. The tale of the True Cross's discovery became widely known by the early 5th century. By the 11th century, a cave beneath the ruins of the basilica gained fame as the chapel of the Invention of the Cross. In 614, tragedy struck when a Persian army razed the church to the ground and seized the True Cross. However, in 631, the Byzantine Emperor Hyrcanus managed to negotiate its return. Following the Arab conquest in 638, life for Christians in Jerusalem remained relatively peaceful initially, with tolerance prevailing. However, 3 centuries later, changes came about as the basilica's entrance was transformed into a mosque. Then, in 966, a devastating fire, which was ignited during anti-Christian protests, consumed the dome of the structure. In 109, the destruction of the church was ordered by the zealous Fatimid Caliph al-Hakim. Nonetheless, the Byzantine Emperor Constantine IX Monomachos generously financed its reconstruction but with alterations to its layout, including a new entrance on the south side during the latter part of the 11th century. Remarkably, during much of this era, Muslim rulers in the city treated the pilgrims with kindness and respect. It was only after the Seljuk Turks took over Jerusalem in 1077 that rumors began to spread about Christian pilgrims facing mistreatment and being denied entry to the church. The desire to reclaim sacred sites, particularly the Holy Sepulchre, played a significant role in motivating the First Crusade, which took place between 1096 and 1099. Following the capture of Jerusalem by the Crusaders in 1099, eyewitness accounts describe how the surviving members of the journey prayed in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which was unusual because it lacked a roof at the time. For the next 50 years, the Church of Constantine IX Monomachos underwent extensive reconstruction. While its original layout remained intact, the church was transformed into a cathedral modeled after Western churches. The garden surrounding the church became the Crusaders' Basilica, and a separate chapel was dedicated to the Rock of Golgotha. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre was rededicated on July 15, 1149, exactly 50 years after the First Crusade captured Jerusalem. This monumental discovery led to the creation of the Edicule, a protective structure around the sacred space, preserving the essence of the divine revelation. The tale of Constantine's pursuit and the subsequent revelation of the tomb beneath the Roman temple symbolizes the complex relationship between history, faith, and the search for sacred relics. It's a story deeply ingrained in Christian memory, blending the temporal and spiritual aspects into a profoundly meaningful narrative. Within the sacred walls of the tomb believed to hold the remains of Jesus Christ, one feature stands out: a long shelf, often referred to as a burial bed. According to tradition, this is where the body of Jesus was tenderly laid after the crucifixion, inviting contemplation on the profound implications of that significant moment in Christian theology. Exploring the complex details of the tomb, we discover something fascinating: a similarity to the tombs of wealthy Jews living in Jerusalem during the 1st century. These tombs, carved from sturdy limestone caves, often featured shelves and niches. It's like they shared a common understanding of how to honor the departed, building these sacred spaces with a deep sense of respect. The burial bed isn't just a physical structure, it carries profound symbolism. Coupled with the spiritual story of Christianity, it represents the final resting place, silently bearing witness to events of great importance. As we study the details etched into the limestone, we feel a deep connection to the rich tale of Christian beliefs. A layer of history unfolds as we examine the marble covering the burial bed. This marble, believed to have been carefully placed no later than 1555, speaks to the passage of time. Yet historical clues hint that it might have been there even earlier, possibly dating back to the mid-1300s. Throughout history, accounts from pilgrims have echoed down the ages, offering us precious insights into the layers of time and enriching our understanding of the sacredness held within. Every chisel mark on the marble and each curve of the burial bed carries with it the whispers of centuries past. These details connect ancient times with today through the respect shown by pilgrims and believers. The tomb, with its special features, goes beyond mere physical space. It becomes a vessel carrying centuries of devotion and contemplation. It invites all who approach to connect with a narrative forever etched in stone. Now, let's take a look at the scientific discoveries regarding the mortar found in Jesus' tomb. Exploring shocking ancient secrets, led by Chief Scientific Supervisor Antonio Moro, a team of scientists stated mortar samples taken from different parts of the edule, the protective structure around the tomb. What they uncovered shocked the world. The mortar, a relic embedded with the history of architecture, became the focus of their investigation. By analyzing samples from various points within the edule using radiocarbon dating, they sought to reveal the ancient secrets hidden within the mortar. The recent test results shed new light on the timeline of the edule's construction. The discovery that the lower slab, a crucial part of the sacred structure, was likely cemented in place during the mid-4th century adds another layer of historical significance to this holy monument. Associating this construction work with Emperor Constantine's reign adds an important layer to the story, linking the edule's beginning with the influence of a key historical figure. The confirmation of Constantine's involvement in building the edule holds deep meaning for scholars and historians focused on uncovering the mysterious history of this sacred place. The time frame of the mid-4th century offers a glimpse into the past, connecting the edule's architectural development with the history of the Roman Empire. As the results emerge, they bring a pleasant surprise to those studying the sacred monument, with the dating of the edule's lower slabs standing as evidence of the ongoing search for historical truth. Once silent witnesses to ancient craftsmanship, the mortar samples now reveal insights that enhance our understanding of Emperor Constantine's journey and the individuals who shaped the sacred sanctuary of Jesus' tomb. Scientists used an advanced method called optically stimulated luminescence, OSL, to date the sacred mortar samples from the edule, allowing them to determine when quartz sediment crucial to the mortar was last exposed to light. This technique is significant because it accurately unveils details of time. The mortar samples underwent thorough examination at 2 separate laboratories, each contributing independently to the quest for clarity about the timeline. Using OSL, the researchers aimed to uncover the history stored in the quartz sediment. By studying how this sediment was exposed to light over time, they gained insights into the periods when the mortar underwent changes. Questions arose about whether the rebuilt church accurately reflected the sacred ground identified by a delegation from Rome 17 centuries earlier. Despite these uncertainties, the church remains a symbol of Jerusalem's enduring spirit, inviting reflection and investigation into the complex narratives of faith and historical accuracy.